John Brown back in St. Louis, and now returning to television here. Give us the skinny. Where are you going to be? What are you going to be doing?
I'm at Fox 2 once again.
He's already been on, by the way, this week.
Just a couple of days, yeah. A couple of days.
I saw him, though, this week.
Really? Well,
but, of course, I text her every time and say, hey, I'm about to be on. I always let Courtney know.
Here's the thing, John.
Here I come.
You're very lucky because I watch Judge Judy.
Oh.
And so Fox 2, it just stays on Fox 2.
Perfect placement.
Well, I watch Judge Judy, too, but I tape it, so I zoom through all the promos. So I'm sure I've seen you.
So I'm going to be doing political reporting, doing some shows as well, political shows. We had started some shows in Orlando, and this all led up to the Florida primary, which everybody thought the election was going to be over, right? That was when Marco Rubio was going to win Florida, Donald Trump was going to drop out, so we had started a show called You Decide leading up to that, and it turned out to be incredibly popular, and it was a lot of fun to where we could actually sit around and talk about what's going on. So you showcase some of our reporters' best work and then discuss it. So we're working on those kind of shows as well.
So in your few days that you've been on the air, any complaints yet from viewers? TV people, I mean, you guys get worse complaints than I do.
I will say this, you guys know this, I'm not surprising anybody, the race issue in this town is prevalent in everything. And that's one thing that we didn't deal with much in Orlando. And here's why I say that. It's so diverse there. And this is what everybody says. You don't know what everybody is. You know, is that person from Cuba? Are they from Brazil? Are they from... So you don't know. Mm-hmm. And I was asked yesterday, wow, do you ever see this getting any better with the race issues? And I say yes, because that's a microcosm, I think, of what's going to happen across the country. Because my kids were let me think of the right way to say this, majority minority in their schools.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't predominantly white schools. It wasn't predominantly black schools. You go into the schools and you're like, well, what is everybody? There's kids from India. So as the United States, I think, gets more integrated like that, you're not going to know where everybody's from. And the kids don't see it anyway. Like my kids just wanted to play with Susie. You know, where's Susie from? I don't know. You know, no one even knows. And so to me, there's a lot of great hope for the future because of the way our kids are seeing the world and the way the world is changing. We're not going to see things through a black-white prism eventually. We're going to see just as, do you like playing with Susie? Are Susie's parents good people? Great, go over there. And so to me, that's the takeaway from all this is, we do have some problems right now. But 20, 30 years from now, when our kids don't see the things the same way we do, I have a lot of hope for that.
Yeah. It all starts in the home, though. I mean, when you think about that, you know, I mean, parents tend to unwittingly sometimes pass along their prejudices to their kids because, and so hopefully, because kids, man, they're such an open canvas on children.
And when they're exposed to people, no matter what color, what race, whatever it is, and they just realize, no, I like that person. I don't care where they're from or what their background is. I like playing with this person.
Well, I hate to call you a liar because you are prejudiced.
Yes, you are.
And I'm going to prove it to you.
You call me out on the air now.
I am because we have the audio, Kev. We have the audio. This is John Brown in Orlando doing the morning show there.
Okay, I'm having a good Friday, so I refuse to talk about the Kardashians today. You are on your own, Amy. I can't do it. I've had enough Kardashians. I can't take any more Kardashian stories on this show. This family, I'm sick of this family.
But do you think
I can't take it anymore.
Is there something psychological behind this?
It's a non-story. It's a non-story. We're talking about this family every freaking day on this show.
Who had the witch's laugh on that deal? You actually got up and walked off the set, and that became a social viral video.
Yeah.
And we watched it nonstop.
Oh, we talked about it in Entertainment Schmig.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, one of your former web producers here, Patrick O'Brien, right? He's with Fox in Los Angeles now. Yeah. He reached out to me not long after that video came out, and he said, the numbers that I've found, it's like 40 million unique views of that thing, and that's not counting everywhere else that was seen on TV and everywhere. But okay, everybody always wants to know the story behind the story on that. And at one point, Fox said, "Okay, let's just stop." after 2 weeks of that, and so what really happened? So everybody's like, "Oh, you were mad." I don't know if you saw some of that.
We did.
There were a lot of people who were angry about this, about what I did. I think we counted 3 of them.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No kidding.
Right.
Three people are upset. Right. So, but you guys have known me for years. From whether you listen to my radio show or saw me on TV, I'm very sarcastic, and I don't get mad about anything. What my point was we had done a Kardashian story every day for like the last 10 days. And so people say, oh, you set that up. We had no idea. It was Jenny Castillo, who was with the Roomba station there. She was the one who was doing our entertainment story. So I didn't know what they were. All we saw on the teleprompter was the slug line for what the next story was. So whatever the first one was, we talked about that. And so I bumped my co-anchor, Amy, and I said, if we get to this Kardashian story, I'm out of here. It was a Friday. I was just going to have some fun, right?
Sure, right.
And so they got in our earpiece and said, all right, you got 1 minute for the last story. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm having a good Friday. I'm out of here, right? And they just left my mic on.
I love it.
Right. And so I never even left the studio. I'm just in the studio ranting. And, the longer it went, the more animated you get in those kind of things. And so the one thing that always baffled me was after we got off the air, I put it on Facebook. And everybody said, oh, you set that up. You knew what was going on. No, had we known, we would have put it on YouTube so we could have monetized it.
Oh, yeah,
because
seriously.
you get no money off Facebook.
Right.
So if I was smart enough to come up with this whole conspiracy to get something to go viral and get 40 million views, I would have been smart enough to make some, or Fox would have been smart enough to make some money off of this and put it on YouTube because we got nothing off of it. So just because
it was
it
huge
camped there.
for how many days?
Okay, so that was on a Friday. The backstory is, I think, just as fascinating. So on a Friday, we were going down to one of the Disney water parks. And after I did, I got off the air, and I went to my general manager. I'm like, did you see what I did? She's like, yeah, I thought it was funny. I'm like, are we cool? Everything good here, right? Because it's starting to get some traction on my Facebook page. She said, yeah, it's fine, whatever. I get to the water park, and I got this gut feeling. Something's not quite right. You've had those days, right, Guy, where you walk off, you're like, something's not quite right.
I do that when I walk in.
You haven't even said anything yet.
So about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I get a text from my general manager saying, have you seen your Facebook page? And I look on, and it's at that point, it was like 150,000 views. I'm like, wow, this thing's doing really well.
That's a lot of views.
I looked over to my wife, and we were sitting there next to one of the wave pools where the kids are playing. I said, this thing's kind of getting big. She's like, it's Friday, forget about it. People forget over the weekend. On either Saturday or Sunday, my general manager texted me again. She said 700,000 at that point. And it was on a Sunday because I thought, okay, it'll play itself out. It'll die out Monday.
Right.
Okay, Monday morning, get back on the air. I wake up and I'm like, wow, this thing is getting close to 1 million people. That morning, it was CBS Early picked it up. I think it was Today Show. All the cable networks.
Everybody wanted to interview you.
Everybody went. So it blew up. Next thing you know, I'm looking at my Facebook page. It's like 2 million. And by that point, everybody else had stolen it and put it on YouTube and put it on their own Facebook page. So that's when we lost track of it.
Right.
At Tuesday, it's just blowing up. It's all over the place. It's the cover of just every blog coming in. So after I get off the air on Tuesday, the general manager calls me and she's like, okay, I just got a call from Fox Corporate PR. They want to have a conference call in about a half an hour.
Oh, my gosh. Now you're afraid you're in trouble.
Now I'm like, oh, no, this is going to get ugly. And so, she's like, I got to know everything that happened. So I told her this exact story. I'm like, there was nothing behind this. It was just me being an idiot. You guys know me. I'm an idiot, right? I'm thinking I'm about to get canned. Fox Corporate PR gets on the air and says, this is the single biggest social media platform we've ever had.
Ever.
And everybody agrees with you. She said this never happens.
It's
impossible. Normally, right, you
Split
get it
down the middle.
Yeah,
Man.
normally you get a political issue that goes big and it's 50% love it, 50% hate
Right.
it. She said everybody agrees with you. We're going crazy with this thing. We're going all in. By Wednesday, I wake up Wednesday morning, I look at my Facebook feed, and it is the number one trender in the world.
Oh, my gosh.
Right? And then I'm on Twitter. I'm the number one trender in the world on Twitter, according to my numbers here.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling through the places that have the story, and I'm like, Nigerian Times. I click on I click on the Nigerian Times. The number one story in the Nigerian Times, I still don't even know what it is, if it's a website or a paper. The number one story was like the Umbuktu tribe doing something. Number two was news anchor walks off the set. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Nigeria is talking about this. Okay, so I'm thinking this is the end of it. It's dying down now. I think CNN, Chris Cuomo had asked for me to be fired, say I should be fired and everything because I should have been doing my job. Okay. So Thursday, it's still going on and on and on, getting bigger. And I'm like, okay, tomorrow's Friday. It's going to be a week. This thing's done. And granted, I haven't slept because when something goes viral like this, you just never know what's going to happen next. You're hearing from, we have a home phone at our house, and we don't even use it. It's only for the security system. And the phone rings as I'm sitting here talking with my wife, and I'm like,
what's that?
That phone never rings. She goes into the bedroom to answer. She says, John, I had the New York Post on the phone for you. Like, I don't even know how they found it. That number's not published. It's only used for our security system.
That should scare you a
all
little.
of a sudden, right.
Really.
So nothing is private. And I mean, I'm getting messages from everybody, just everywhere. People asking, like Bob Goen, who used to host Entertainment Tonight, had found my cell phone number and somehow calls me on my cell phone.
Wanted to know what hair product you were using.
He's like, because he's doing a radio show in like Cleveland somewhere. And I was like, John, I want you to come on. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're Bob Goen. I'm sorry. So I'm like freaking out. It was, People Magazine's doing a story. Everybody. So I'm like, okay, this is the end of it. It's going to play itself out. I'm laying in bed the following Thursday night, and my phone was in the bathroom, and I hear ping. I'm like, oh, whatever. It's like 11 o'clock. And I had been laying there for a couple hours. And then ping, 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 ping. I'm like, oh, my gosh, what just happened? So I laid there and listened to that. It sounded like Vegas. My phone was just going nuts. And I'm like, I can't even deal with anything else. At this point, I'm about to break. I'm about to snap after no sleep.
Yeah.
And so finally, it's ringing. I go in, and it's my brother. And I see he called. I'm like, what? And he said, Jimmy Fallon just played your clip. And he said...
That was the biggest moment for you?
That's when I thought it was done. But when you make it on late night TV, and he sets it up, hey, we had a news anchor walk off the set, whatever day this was. And the whole crowd went crazy. And then at the end, he takes a shot at me and says, like, he's so Chloe or something like that. So he had to put in the dig at me at the end. And so then it got new life. So, hey, if late night TV is talking about it.
Wow.
And so it just went on and on and on. The Daily Mail had all this.
When did you sleep with Kim Kardashian? What was did you ever get to that point where...
Okay, a lot of people want to know, did the Kardashians ever reach out?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But at some point along the way, like on the Tuesday or Wednesday when this thing got so big, when Perez Hilton called for the No Kardashians for a Week movement.
Yeah.
At that point... we think somebody came out with a concerted effort to shout me down because all of a sudden it was the same kind of thread. Bitter old man on the news, right? Angry man.
Yeah.
But anytime somebody posted that, they would get shouted down by a million more people saying, shut up. He was saying exactly what I think. Yeah. And so that disappeared in like a day. So we think that was a concerted effort. And then finally, I'm like, I have to get back to life. And my news director was like, oh, okay, let's start letting this thing go down. And it still took about 2 weeks.
Wow.
So interesting how a viral thing like that can be a blessing and a curse.
Yes. Oh, it is. Exactly. And that's one thing that, in this whole, we orchestrated it. Come on, I'm not that smart. I can't come up with an idea to orchestrate something like this. And like I said, if I would have made some money off of it.
Because real stuff is the stuff that usually goes viral.
Right. Had I tried to fake that, people would have known it. And it was just me, like I said, being an idiot.
That's why the Bieber video.
Kevin and I...
we were part of a video.
It was it got shared 9 times. It was crazy.
We'll have to show it to you, but it got taken down.
Sorry, long story. I hope you guys enjoyed the behind the scenes. Sorry, but...
we have a shun for the... we lifted the shun for the Kardashians yesterday for one story, but we
shunned them.
Re-shun. We are on the same page.
Good.
Yeah, that was a boring story. So, anyway, welcome back. Hope you can spend another 40 minutes on the air with us.
Oh my gosh.
We loved it. No, it was great, John.
Welcome back, John.
Listen, we appreciate you coming in, and
great to see familiar faces. We're very glad to be back. Great to be here.
We're happy to, if you need us on the show for political reasons,
I'll come down. I'll come down and find you to your house. Back to your house in that creepy studio you had built for the auditions.
Wasn't it a well?
A little bit, yeah.
Put the lotion in the basket. Don't touch the dog.
He really has been looking at your hair a lot during this interview. And I believe you mentioned it once.
I did mention it once.
I know.
John smells good, too.
Wow.
What
all right, guy, I'm not leaving at all. I'm staying right here for the next 2 hours.
That's hot dog fart.
Do you like it? I think it's fresh.
Here's Rick with your traffic.